Hi,
Hey
Selena.
there.
How are you?
Good. Hey, you know what? I didn't know about you. You were a cheerleader.
What?
You were a cheerleader in Grand Prairie? Is that true?
I sure was. Oh, dear.
I went to Haltom High School.
You did?
Yes.
That's amazing.
I
Oh,
grew-
dear. I'm pretty sure my Nana has released some sort of photo for you to find this evidence.
I will Google it now, and I'll look for you. I wanted to be a cheerleader at Haltom High School, but back then they would have probably killed me.
Yeah, really.
Oh, goodness.
Do you still have your
Yes, I
cheerleading
was.
uniform? Do you have your uniform still?
Yes, my Nana is a beautiful hoarder, so she collects everything that I've ever done or ever touched.
Oh, my God. Does she have your mums and stuff from homecoming?
Oh, completely. She's got everything.
That's awesome.
Were you ever homecoming queen or anything like that?
No, I stopped going to school. I started homeschooling when I was in 8th grade, so I missed out on all that stuff, which is kind of a bummer. But my mom was prom queen, so that's cool.
Oh, look at her. I bet she brings that up all the time. My mom would if she was prom
Yeah,
queen.
really. Bringing up the pictures.
Hey, we got to say we love the new song, The Heart Wants What It Wants.
Thank you so much.
And I just heard a new song this morning called Do It. And I'm like, wow. Go, Selena.
Yeah, they kind of, unfortunately, those got out, but the album's about to come out. Yeah, that one was really fun. It kind of reminded me of whenever I was in the studio, I felt very Lily Allen-esque. You know, it was super fun and kitschy, and that's exactly what I felt like would be a good bonus track since I had spent so long on The Heart Wants What It Wants and figuring out when I was going to release it, and just a lot of stuff I was feeling.
Well, and it also feels like there hasn't been like a hit ballad in a while. I feel like everything has been up tempo, and this is like sort of, you know,
Slowing it down a bit.
Slowing it down, and it's a hit.
Thank you. I feel like that was a big part of the timing as well. I had written it over a year ago, and I remember if I had released it then, I'm not quite sure if I would have been ready for all of this, you know. So I felt like spending a year with myself, making mistakes, growing up, figuring out where I want to go, which, trust me, I in no way, shape, or form have figured anything like necessarily out, but I feel like this is exactly what I wanted to say, and the timing couldn't have been more perfect because of that. You know, there isn't anything out there that I felt like was my heart, even for me personally.
Would you say that the new songs are way more personal and they're all coming from your personal experience?
Yeah, you know, I feel like when I released my first album, I was 15. How could I really talk about heartbreak? How could I really talk about love? I mean, I felt like I had known it then, but whenever I've grown up and had friendships and relationships and dealing with all the scrutiny that I deal with, it was almost like relieving and therapeutic that I could actually have something to talk about. And it's fun, you know, it really is. It's fun, it's hard, but it's going to be great. The next chapter in music is going to be really special for me.
Well, what is that like? I mean, obviously, there are so many stories about you, and all the time there's something new. People always say, well, I ignore it, I don't read it, but today, how can you ignore it? Like, what do you do to ignore it, or can you?
Well, it's all on who I surround myself with. So fortunately for me, the people that are in my inner circle barely read any of that stuff. But you're right, it's very much in your face nowadays. And what I find really funny is that everything goes away. You know, it's almost like inventing things. And what is perceived is so off that half the time it's almost amusing. And I don't know. I think what comes to fruition is how I handle myself. It's like you can say everything you'd like about me, but when you see me stepping out and I am handling everything as best as I can, what are you going to write about? So eventually you're just going to have to make stuff up. You know, it's kind of ridiculous, but
yeah.
As long as the people I love and know don't believe it, I'm good.
Right. Like you know what the truth is, and the people who matter know what the truth.
And you gotta love when like Kim Kardashian releases pictures, and then you're like, oh great, they're talking about her now. They'll leave me alone. I'm glad it's Kim Kardashian ass week.
Yeah. So hopefully you're not going to do any distorted booty pictures like her anytime soon.
I do not have a butt, so
Well,
I got
you're about to see some major butt. You're performing on the AMAs. And I think Nikki and Iggy are performing there as well, and they have some.
No, it's actually J-Lo and Iggy. They're going to do. They're going to do their song "Booty," and we were just talking this morning about how ABC is worried that they're going to cross the line as far as
Stay away from the
decency.
stage when those two get up there, girl.
Oh my God. There's going to be no room for anyone else. I don't.
Oh my gosh! I just want to come hang out with you guys and just talk all day.
You should.
Yeah, please.
Hey, are you performing the new song on the AMAs? Do you?
I am. This is really fun for me because it's finally the first time that I don't have to worry about anything. I am nervous for the day because I've already been rehearsing and have had a little emotional moments, but it's just me. It's nothing big. I'll be performing the song, and I'm excited. It is probably my favorite performance I'm going to do.
Well, we can't wait to see it, and we can't wait to get the entire album. The release date is next week on the 24th. Is that correct?
Yes.
We were talking earlier this morning about, there's a football player who's in this controversy because his ex-wife brought their kids to Hooters. And so we saw here that your dad used to take you to Hooters years ago so he could pick up girls. Is this true?
Yes. Well, first off, my parents had me when they were very young, and my dad and we bonded by watching basketball games, and we would run around. We'd go to San Antonio, but Hooters was our spot. It was the fried pickles, it was the peel and eat shrimp, it was the curly fries, and I would literally draw pictures for all the waitresses, so they'd all huddle around the table and be like, oh my goodness, and. Yep, that was my daddy. So I have to say, from personal experience, I still go to Hooters, and if anything, I've taken some dates to Hooters, and they're more than impressed with me. So it's good. It's done nothing but good for me.
Are you a Spurs fan?
I am. I think I was born, and my dad just put a jersey on me and was like, "This is your team." So it's kind of been embedded in me.
I'm a Mavericks fan. Go Mavs.
Well, there's my mom. My mom would love you. My mom is a Mavs fan.
Oh, good. My mom's a huge Mavericks fan too, and I'm in love with Dirk Nowitzki. I'm the only one that thinks he's hot. Everybody thinks he's ugly, but I think he's totally hot.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
No, I think he's super cute. I actually saw him in person. I was like, oh. Okay.
Well,
maybe he's better looking in person than on TV.
Well, if you ever perform at a Mavs game, please invite me. I will be your date, and we'll get backstage with Dirk.
Will do. Will do.
All right. Well, Selena, thank you very much for taking the time with us this morning.
Of course. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.